Hi guys, and welcome to my first ever YouTube tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how I created this matte pink cut crease look. Firstly, I'm just going in with some MAC Fix Plus just to add some hydration to the skin. To start off with the eyes, I am going in with the P. Louise base in the shade Rumour. I'm using that to carve out the brows and then applying that all over the lid to give us a nice canvas to work with before using eyeshadow. Then I am going in with my Cynthia Ann Cosmetics Perfect Puff Sponge just to ensure that that base is nice and even and smooth and ready for application. The first eyeshadow that I'm going to be using today is a matte red shade. With my brush, I am going to pick up lots of product and pack that through the crease. Of course, everything you do on one eye, you want to repeat and do the exact same thing on the other side. So here I'm just going in with that same red shade. Next, I am going in with a shade that is in between a red and a coral, and I am just buffing that along the line where we applied that red shadow and not really taking that much higher. Next, I am going in with an orange sherbet shade just along the line of that previous color, again to create a further gradient. Next, I am going over all those eyeshadows with a nude shade just to make sure they all seamlessly melt together. Next, I am going in with the shade Liquor from the Stacey Marie Amoué Carnival palette, and I'm just using that to deepen and intensify all the colours we put in the crease. So when we do cut the crease, we have a nice stark contrast between the two. Using the white Inglot gel liner, I am just going to apply that on the base of the lid, get my client to look up, and begin carving out the crease. I use a stamping method as opposed to dragging along the lid. I like to let the brush do the work for me. As you can see, this just creates a really nice, sharp and defined line. Using my finger, I am then patting out the edges of that white liner to remove any excess product and just to blend that edge really seamlessly. I'm then using the original red shade that we used in the crease and working on blending the outer corner of the cut crease. For the lid shade, I opted for a nice light pink cotton candy colour. I think that it went really nicely with the look, and I'm just tapping that on with a fluffy brush so we don't disturb the liner underneath. Then adding an orange shade between the pink and the red just to melt those two together even more and make it really nice and smooth. Then of course, what you do to one eye, you need to do to the other, obviously. So I'm just going to go ahead and repeat all the same steps on the other side. Here I'll just let you watch so you can see a little bit of my techniques that I use. Here I realized I didn't exactly do things in the same order, but as long as they look the same, that's all that really matters. So again, just packing on that pink shade and then going in with the outer corner colours just to blend that together. For eyeliner, I use the Inglot Black Gel Liner. It's my favorite, and I'm just using that with a Zoeva angled brush. And again, using a stamping motion and letting the brush do majority of the work for me. Then taking a bullet brush, I am just going to work on smoking out that liner on the outer corner, just using back and forth motions, really lightly, gently pressing against the skin. Then repeating those same 2 steps on the opposite eye, applying the liner and then smoking out the outer corner. For lashes today, I use the new BeautyXTD Faux Mink lashes in the style red bottoms and applied them using the Duo Lash Adhesive. Then going in with the Mercier Radiance primer, I am just stippling this all over the skin. This is a really great primer, adds a little bit of luminosity and just the right amount of hydration. I love this primer and I use it on the majority of my clients, and it really does suit all skin types and is just a great all-rounder. For foundation, I am going in with the NARS Longwear Radiant Foundation in the shade Stromboli and just blending that out with my Perfect Puff sponge. Before concealer, I'm going to go in with the eyeshadows underneath and just using that liquor shade from the Carnival palette. Then I'm using that original red shade just to further diffuse that out. And then going in with a black to deepen everything. To further define the lash line, I'm just going in with a black kohl and applying that to the waterline and really smudging it into those lower lashes just to make sure there's no bits of skin peeking through. Next, I am going in with the Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer and just applying this to all the areas that I want to bring forward and bring light to, so the forehead, the nose, chin and under eyes, and then again blending that out with my Perfect Puff sponge. I personally love cream contouring, so I'm now going in with the cream contouring quad from MAC and just applying this to the perimeters of the face just to bring through a little bit of warmth and create a nice base for our powders later on. Then going forward and blending that out with my Perfect Puff. Next I am going in with the Too Faced Translucent Powder just to set those areas that I don't want to move around. Then I am further bronzing the skin using the MAC Mineralise Skin Finish in Deepest Dark. I personally like to use a darker bronzer just because I find that it shows up a lot better in my clients' pictures and professional photography. For blush, I am using MAC Peaches. This will just give the skin a really nice flush of colour. I'm now going in with the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray and then going forward and applying the Anastasia X Amrezy Highlighter. like to apply this on the cheekbones, above the brow bone, a little bit on the tip of the nose and in between the brows, and the cupid's bow and chin. For brows, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder. I use the shade Taupe, and I'm just sort of lightly filling in the brows. I'm not a huge fan of really sharp defined brows, so I'm just going for more of a fluffy look and then brushing the hairs upwards with some L'Oreal Brow Gel. That's just going to make sure that throughout the day they stay in place and don't go flapping in the wind. To get that really white and bright inner corner, I'm just going in with the Inglot White Gel Liner. Once I have applied that, I am then directly stamping on the Peaches Starlight pigment directly over the top, and that's just really going to make the inner corners pop. Then I'm just setting the skin once more with the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray. Then going in with the Fenty Beauty lipstick in the shade Unbutton. It's just a really nice peachy nude colour, which I think has paired with this look really nicely. For mascara, I am using the Maybeline Lash Sensational and just getting my client to look down and using my finger as a guard against the lid. To achieve that really glowy look on the chest, I am using the Inglot Sparkeling Dust in 02 and just blending that over the shoulders, collarbones and the chest. Then to intensify that, I'm spraying my client's chest with the Neutragena sunscreen in the can. There we have it guys, this is how I created my matte pink cut crease. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below on what sort of look I should do next. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.